going to take place this evening, and I'm joined by developer and former Providence Mayor Joseph Paolino. Thank you.
Kate.
Thank you for joining us. Gave me a little sneak peek of the building here, but the official ribbon cutting is tonight.
4 o'clock, we're going to have Senator Reid, Governor Raimondo, and Mayor Aloza with us, and a lot of our friends and some former tenants in the building, and a lot of the people who helped make this project happen, a lot of the workers, and really people also in the city of Providence from the building department. They really helped facilitate us to get this online quickly.
Well, I appreciate your getting us in here before the official ribbon cutting. We're in one of the units here, and we've talked about this before, and we've walked through a number of them. So we're giving you a little sneak peek. You can catch a little bit of the kitchen here, but talk about the different unit sizes that people will see when they go on the walkthroughs tonight.
Well, we have 3 different apartments. We have the micro loft that we're in, which is about 250 square feet. And all you have to do is just bring your toothbrush and you're all set. You'll be living right here. We have a cooktop, a microwave. We have a dishwasher, washer and dryer behind the closets. And we have a nice large bathroom. This unit here goes for about anywhere from $950 a month on the 2nd floor to maybe $1,100 a month on the 5th floor. Then we have a 400-foot studio, which is kind of like a very small 1-bedroom, a little small living room with a bedroom. And then we have a larger unit, which is the 1-bedroom apartments. And those go for about $1,600 to $1,800 a month, the larger ones.
And the last time we had spoken, you were already at 50% occupancy. Are you?
We're about 65% now.
65
I think
now.
By May 1st, we should be 100% rented here. And it went so much quicker than I ever anticipated. And, you know, this project wouldn't have happened if I didn't get a letter one day from the state of Rhode Island telling me that through a lottery, this building was picked to do state historic tax credits. And once that came in, I said, let's go do the case Mead.
That was the green light. Picked this building. And again, tell us a little of the history. How old is this building?
This building was built by 2 good friends, Case and Mead. They lived on Aborn Street up in the Federal Hill neighborhood. And they built this in 1859. And then just 50 years ago this month in March, my dad bought it from Bliss Properties from Lloyd Bliss. But there was a little story to that because my grandfather first bought it. He had an agreement to buy it for $260,000. And my dad said to him, you're 68 years old. Why? You're too old to be buying more buildings in downtown. And so my father gave my grandfather a $25,000 profit, took the agreement, and then he bought it, and they closed it up for $260,000. Now, if he ever saw that I just spent $8.5 million on this, he would have said, did you go to bed smart and wake up stupid in the morning? And he would be shocked. But he'd also be very proud because years ago, back in the 1970s, the property directly across the street at 77 Durham Street, he had an application to try to make that into apartment living back then. And the city of Providence turned him down on zoning back then. Mm-hmm. And he always said, if you're ever going to have a vibrant downtown, you need people living in downtown. So by taking this building, which we've had our offices here for about 40 years. I mean, I was 13 years old when my dad bought this building. So I remember one New Year's Eve, he was in this building at 1:30 in the morning because the sprinklers went off. And he had all his workers, and they all came. And I said to him later on, I said, Dad, why do you pay your bills so fast? Because he doesn't wait 30 days. He used to pay within 10. He said, Joe, remember I had that sprinkler go off? He said, by paying your suppliers promptly and fast, they'll drop anything for you, even on New Year's Eve,
and they
to do your work because they know you're not going to screw them. They know you're going to pay them on time and you're going to be a good client to them. And that's a great lesson that he taught me years ago.
And I walked in the main entryway. There's a nice family homage when you walk into the building.
Well, that's just, it's a portrait of my dad that was done when he was in his early 40s. And I felt it would be telling that that should be here in this building because this is where Paolino Properties really originated when my dad headed the company. And so I don't want to let my dad go. So we, as a lot of families do, we will try to keep the ones that have left us with us as much as we can. They're always in our heart, but we don't want them forgotten either.
So you've got the homage when you walk in. And if you've been on Dorrance or you've been on Weybosset, you've seen the flurry of construction around here. there was a lot that went into this, moving the elevator, moving staircases. So talk with us about that. You really had to restructure the bones of this building.
Had to. I mean, this building was an old building. It's tough to make something old new again. I mean, I'm 63. I can't be 23 again. So it takes a lot of work to do that. We want to meet all the building codes, the fire codes, and we want to make sure that the building would be safe and protected for fire, sprinkle the entire building. Had to move the elevator, had to build 2 new stairways in the building, made sure that every single unit has their own heat, electricity meter, and air condition, and everybody controls their own destiny when it comes to their heating bills. And the building is a good looking building. It really came out nice. And I didn't know if it would come out as nice as it did. And I have to give credit to a young man by the name of Eric Zwena, who's an architect in the city of Providence. ZDS is the name of his company. And he came in and he did a beautiful design. And it wasn't an old cookie cutter type of project. He really used his imagination, and you feel like you're in a loft that's either in Boston or New York. And that's a nice feeling to have right here in the city of Providence.
That is the feeling walking around here, getting a little bit of a sneak preview today. We'll be here at the official ribbon cutting at 4 o'clock, probably with some more pictures and information, but wanted to get in beforehand for a little sneak peek. So we appreciate your tuning in, and we'll have more moving forward. So Joe Paolino, I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
We'll be back on live later on this afternoon, 3 o'clock in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center with Molly O'Brien, 4 o'clock with GoLocal's CEO, Josh Fenton, and then in the lounge this evening for some live music. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel.